Hi guys, this is Svein on the SRS channel back again, and today we're gonna have a look at this unofficial 1/6 scale figure by Playtoy. It's the Cammy white character from the Street Fighter video game series, and as you can see, there are two figures on the box here, but it's only one figure inside the box. There is a version A and there is a version B. Here's the back of the box, and yeah, I'm not sure which Street Fighter game these two particular appearances are from. I think it may be Street Fighter 6 or something, I'm not sure, but this version in the green suit is the version A, and it's pretty much how she looked like in the Street Fighter 2 video game. And yeah, nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom, and yeah, let's move the camera in closer here. Like so. And yeah, you have the Playtoy logo on the bottom there. And you open it up and it's packed in foam. And foam and a warning that is probably in Japanese, maybe, that I'm gonna go I'm just gonna take a wild guess here and say that this note says use a hair dryer or hair blower when swapping out the hands. So yeah, there's that. You get the candy you're not supposed to eat, and here is how everything is packed in the box. You got the hat up there on the top. You got the holster piece to put on her leg right there, and you got 4 extra hands, and that is pretty much it. That's inside the box. Let me take everything out and I'll be right back. And here is everything that was inside the box, and I have one minor complaint, and we'll get to that one, but yeah, first off, let's have a look at the accessories here. You have this hat right there with a symbol on the front there, magnet inside, and yeah, it got some texture, but it's made out of plastic, painted with a black rim here on the edge, and that's the hat. You got this holster piece for the leg. It has a functional clasp there that you can open up, and I think there's a piece of foam or something inside to fill it out. It's done in some black, I'm pretty sure this is some pleather material, really, while looking on the inside here. and it's just stitched together. There's no elastics here, but I'm gonna tell you a small trick to get this on the leg, since it's a seamless body, soft body, and it will have some resistance. I'll show you the easy way to get it on. But yeah, there is that, and this piece can move freely on this yeah, whatever you want to call it, this band, or yeah, belt, probably the word I'm looking for here. But yeah, you got that one. You get 4 extra hands done with the beautiful metallic red on the glove here. And as far as I can tell, there's no paint on the fingernails, or maybe it is, but yeah, nicely painted. Love the metallic shiny red there. You get a left and right, oh fucking hell. You get a left and right and kind of slightly different as far as posing goes, or the gesture goes. You got this 2 karate chop hands here, painted the same way with the metallic red. Nicely done. And you got this piece that you'd think was an accessory, but no, it's actually supposed to be on the figure. And there's a tiny, really tiny peg there, and you can barely see some glue residue on there, but it actually fell off during transit in the box. Maybe they put it in the box before the glue was dried, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people report that this peg right here has been broken off, even though it's a cutout in the box to make sure the hair isn't banging against anything inside the box. Mine, however, just fell off, so I can just glue it right on using that peg. And we'll get back to this piece. The figure itself is wrapped in plastic, or at least the bottom half. The arms are wrapped in plastic too, and I've already taken it out of the box once for a couple of photos. This plastic around the arms are wrapped down inside of the gloves or the gauntlet pieces here, so I just wrapped them loosely around after I looked at it the first time. And then you have this just slid over the figure. But yeah, here you have the figure, and it's a TB League like body. It's a metal internal skeleton there, silicone for the body. And there was another company that put out this character too, but you had to apply these markings yourself to the body, and they supplied or provided a huge sheet with water markings that you could just cut out and paste onto the figure, but they would definitely crack over time. These ones are tampographed onto the body. I'm sure there's a way to get them off if you want to, but I'd rather have them stuck on the body than having to have to apply them myself, and probably several times too, due to them cracking up from posing and stuff. But what's interesting here is the body itself. It's a really nice body sculpt. You can see the muscle tones here, and it's on the arms too, the shoulders, really nice muscle tone. It's probably the same for the, I can feel the abs in under the suit here. Here's the back side of the body. So it's really nicely sculpted. You can even see the muscle tone on the back of the shoulders there. And now I really want to get at least a couple of these bodies, without any markings of course, for some custom figures, like on the knees here too. Really nice sculpt on this body, really nice. The boots are soft goods, and I'm not sure, I don't think it's a hard plastic foot inside. I think the ankles are seamless. It feels like it, because I can't really feel the foot in there, but I can feel the thin metal skeleton. So I think it's a seamless leg all the way down. So this one will need a stand to stand up on the shelf. And there's a green, I call it a swimsuit, but there's a green suit on the body here with some marking up here. It probably is supposed to be a logo on it, just like on the beret here, like you saw. We got the same red metallic paint on the gauntlets right there. She got this harness piece that is really nicely tailored. I'm not sure if it's, yeah, it's really nicely tailored. This one somewhat got stuck onto the suit there, but that's okay. The way it's made or designed make it looks like it's really wrapping around the body. You got the back side here and the clasps, they are functional as well. On the side here you also got the same clasps, and I'm not sure, maybe the harness is adjustable in the front there, but it's nicely fitted. The head sculpt have this rooted hair braids, but the head sculpt itself, the hair on it is sculpted. On the other brand that I mentioned, the entire hair piece, all the hair is rooted. And here's the front of the face. I'm just gonna, for the sake of the camera here, put the hair piece in. That's how it should look. I have to glue this piece back in, but I'll take it off for now so I don't lose it. And yeah, here's the face sculpt. You can barely see a seam line going down here and around on both sides. but it blends in really nice. You can see it somewhat better from certain angles when the light hits it. You got her scar on the cheek there, and yeah, that complaint I was mentioning was this hairpiece. It should have been properly glued in, but I'd rather have it falling off in the box than being broken at the peg there. It would be so much harder to glue back in. But there's a really tiny hole up there where it's supposed to go in. And let me bring out this stand here for a second. The head, it's on a magnet right there, but I don't feel like the magnet was necessary in this case, because the friction is really good in there anyway. And the eyes are posable. As you can see. Now I can't adjust it back so she looks like she had a stroke, but yeah. But the eyes are easy to move, and it's not like they're tumbling around on their own right there in there. But when putting the head back on, the magnet, it's going to pull on the head, so you got to put it in really careful, and the eyes will stay. But if I can get it back off just as slow, if you drop it in, you can easily hit the pins in there and you will whack the eyes out of placement. They're probably a bit too long, those pins in there that control the eyes. So let me adjust it back here. So yeah, there is that. And my other complaint is that neck piece that goes into the head looks like it's a tiny bit too long. It gives great range for the head sculpt, but you get this awful looking gap around the head, or around the neck I should say. So either I would also point out that it makes the neck look a little bit too long. The only way to fix this is to shave down this entire neck piece by probably this much at least, and put the magnet back in. I'm not sure if I'm even going to bother with that, but yeah, there's that. Then you have the barrette piece here that snaps on by magnet, and on the box the barrette piece goes all the way there, but if I let go, the magnet will adjust it back pretty far away there. I suspect that maybe there's a magnet inside the head there that is slightly out of balance, or it's not sitting right. It has pulling the beret backwards. But yeah, it is what it is actually. But yeah, let me put this hairpiece back on. So this is how she looks with the beret on. Really beautiful figure, but as I mentioned, there's some gripes with it. And the hairpiece, I am going to glue it on before I snap the peg. And yeah. And I'm not gonna even bother trying to change the hands, because the hands need to be warmed up to swap them out, and I'm not going to do that in the winter cold while the figure is cold and all that. But yeah. And yeah, I should probably mention there are some, it looks like there are some red socks down in the boot there. It is probably just to protect the body from being stained by the pleather. So it's not like you see the red socks there, but it is most likely, they are most likely there, so you're not going to see the boots staining the body. Now for this piece, the thigh on the figure is pretty massive. It's a lot of bulk there with the muscles, and putting this on is going to, the body is gonna put on some resistance here. But what you can do is you just put this piece around the leg like so. Then you take this plastic wrap and you simply just wrap it around the thigh of the figure, and that will give less friction as you pull this piece up on along the leg here. And yeah, that looks like it's probably right about there. And now you just pull on the plastic. Like so. And voila. There you have it on the leg. So give me a second and I'll pose her up, and I'll bring in another version of this character that I have, and we'll do a comparison. Here is the play toy version of Cammy next to the Medicom raw version of Cammy. This is the Ultra Street Fighter 2 version of the character, and as you can see, she has a more anime look on the face. The markings on the legs are actually stockings here, while on the play toy figure they are painted onto the figure itself, the body. It's more or less the same costume. You got the harness and the storage piece on her leg there. The boots are the same, the suit in general are the same, the beret are the same, the designs on the gloves are the same, with the exception that on the Medicom raw version you have this armor gauntlet piece on the extra piece on the gauntlet on her left arm, while on the P020 figure it's on the right arm. And I'd say that gauntlet pieces on the Medicom figure, they cover the joint, the wrist joint up a lot better than on the P020 version. If I turn it this way, you see the skin on the body popping through there in the gap. The Medicom raw figure have ball hinges on the hair, which makes it posable, and it also looks more in line with the already sculpted hair on the head sculpt, while on the P020 figure they just hang there loose. On I think the company was called Starman that made a similar version to this. They put wire in the hair pieces or the braids here, so they're posable. I don't really care if they're not posable or anything like that. The Medicom figure here have interchangeable faces. I think it came with like one or two extra faces. You get various face expressions there. This one is a more like a combat looking face, screaming face. The hat on this one is magnetic too, but it sits more in the front there where it should be. But with this one you see all the freaking joints, and I am scared to death when it comes to the body on this figure. I don't dare posing it because I'm afraid that this plastic may be so brittle that it will crack. Yeah, I'm really scared to move this body around. I wish I could get a second one of this body and do a body swap, plain and simple. They're pretty much the same height, both of these figures, but yeah. The boots on the Medicom figure are sculpted, and you can see she have red socks that's visible here, so they're probably intended to do the same on this one too. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna leave it like that anyway. But there you got it. There's the Medicom raw figure on the left from Ultra Street Fighter 2, and you got the P020 unofficial figure that I believe may be from Street Fighter 6, maybe Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6, some of the older newer games. This one is from the original Street Fighter 2 game. So yeah, there you have that. And yeah, there you have it. That was my review on the 1/6 scale unofficial Street Fighter 2 or 4, 6, 5, I don't know. It's from the Street Fighter video game series, the Cammy White figure. And this was the version A. I had to check the box there for a second. And yeah, it's a beautiful looking figure. I love this seamless sculpted body. I really hope that I can get my hands on a blank version of this body and not have to pay for the actual body from a figure and pay God knows how much for it. I want to buy a unmarked version of this body at a reasonable price. And yeah, what you see here is what you get with the figure. You get extra hands there, 4 extra hands. You get the beret. You get the holster piece. That's the word I was looking for. The holster piece there. And of course you should also get the hair piece if you can find it in the box. If it's not stuck on the head, it's either broken off or fallen off the head sculpt, which is my one big complaint about this figure, is that this hair piece, they should have packed the head separately in the box so the weight of the body wouldn't slam the head sculpt around and result in snapping off the hair piece. I also wish that the head sculpt sat a little bit further down on the neck there, but yeah, it is what it is. You don't really notice it from this angle, and if I raise our shoulders up a little bit more, it won't be all that noticeable. But it is possible to fix it though. You just shave some of the top of that neck connector piece down and glue the magnet back in, and you should be good to go. I'm not going to bother with it though, but yeah, that's that. Now I'm waiting for the Chun-Li figure to arrive, and that's probably all the 1/6 scale Street Fighter figures I will be getting. I hope you liked what you see in the video. If you did, give it a thumb up. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And as always, go nuts in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye bye.